What's up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Scythe, and we are back in some more Trove, and today we're going to be talking about all of the beautiful auras that you can get out of Bomber Royale Season 2. I am literally in Do Not Disturb right now, and for some reason, people just keep being able to join me. I guess I'll appear offline because this game is designed by morons. So anyways, the Short Fuse, the Booming Brainstorm, Cherry Bomb Burst, and the Mental Minefield. These were very, very expensive for me, so hopefully you can end up appreciating this video for that because, oh my gosh, these things were really expensive when I bought them, but I wanted to get the video out to you guys as soon as possible so that you know which ones to actually grind for, whether they're going to end up being something cool or something disgusting. So the Short Fuse is quite literally going to be this bomb top on our head. It actually is a 3D model as well, like the top of the fuse that you can see on our head is part of the video effects as well. It's not like it's just the video effects out of nowhere. So you'll see like certain helmets and hat styles and stuff will end up actually kind of just, you know, blocking it or getting in the way of it and stuff like that. So it's kind of weird in that, kind of cool at the same time, you know. If you're into having a bomb fuse, I don't know. Most of all, it makes me wonder why, why they didn't end up adding the gunslinger costume. The devs ended up teasing this months ago when they first started teasing us Season 2 of Bomber Royale. They ended up showing a gunslinger costume that was Bomber Royale themed and made you quite literally look like this little dude right here. It was a little bit different, but it was still a pretty cool costume, and I think would end up going with this explosive hat aura very, very well. And generally speaking, I think that they need to put more work into the Bomber Royale stuff, in that all the characters need to have costumes for it, and generally there just should be more cool things for it, right? But either way, that's gonna be 30 Season 2 tokens, so it's considerably cheap. And all of these auras, by the way, are also going to give you like 50 mastery, so that's pretty darn good. Even the, all these other ones actually give us 50 mastery as well, so that's pretty good, honestly. Then there's gonna be the Booming Brainstorm, which this one is a little bit difficult to see because you can kind of see that it's just this explosive effect. It's kind of subtle. I do like it though. I feel that it kind of works with my look of this character of having the whole fire theme going for it. Most of all, I like the fact that it's orange, okay? And even though it's not really my favorite video effects in general, like I would actually prefer if it was a little bit more constant, or if it was just something that was just on our character rather than random clouds all over the place. Like, it doesn't really make any sense. But of course, it's a cheap, quick, easy way that they could end up giving us an aura that quite literally is the same bomb explosive effects of the new Bomber Royale Season 2 Dragon, of course, right? So in that regard, it's like, I don't know. But at least this one kind of just shows up all over your character, you know, rather than just the fuse being something that's just very tiny and kind of subtle. And then there's a Cherry Bomb Burst. The Mental Minefield is actually beautiful. I really like that one. The Cherry Bomb Burst, this one kind of reminds me of the Shadow Self compared to the Flame Aura. So for those of you that don't know, the Shadow Self, the devs ended up messing up with the position of the core block, let's just call it, in the video effects itself. The video effects is way too high on a character model, and you're gonna see a very prime example of what that looks like with these, because I swear, just because this is kind of pink, they probably ended up basing this off of the same model of the Shadow Self. So it just, you'll see in a minute here, like look at this one and where its positioning is on our character. It kind of goes inside our character's head. Sometimes it's up at the top. Whereas the pink one, it's like, oh, well, now it seems to just kind of be consistent, but it's going a lot higher than the other one did, as you can see. Before I wasn't actually having it explode inside my character's head, so I was worried that it was the same as the Shadow Self video effects, where the positioning of it was wrong and it was too high up. That's actually the reason I don't use the Shadow Self aura, because I actually really enjoy that aura. It's just, unfortunately, you can't really, you know, it sticks out like a sore thumb. And that's what this one kind of does as well. It quite literally is just the exact same aura with a little bit of a higher price tag for some reason, even though it's pink, which is less popular than something that's orange, especially because this doesn't go with as many costumes. But either way, yeah, I see you, XT. Either way, it's not like it's bad, but it's not great. It's not one of my favorites. Like, I just generally don't really like these auras, these two. You know, cool that they're here, right? Yeah, sure. I don't know, whatever. And then finally, last but not least, is going to be the Mental Minefield, which this one's very expensive and actually very cool because, boom, 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 it's 3D models floating around your character's head, and it's bombs from Bomber Royale. I actually really enjoy this one. I didn't think that I was going to. I thought that it was kind of stupid to have these like floating around your head, and it still is, like, the, you know, its functionality, like what actually is going on here is stupid. Like, we've got the 3 different bombs from Bomber Royale and then just a normal bomb from the Adventure Worlds floating around our head, and it doesn't make any sense. But I like the way that the models look, because this is actually video effects that is presented as 3D. So it's kind of like, it kind of looks like a hologram or something, you know, and more so reminds me of if we end up using retro mode. This ends up kind of dumbing down the video effects of everything, and it's one of my favorite, like, graphical appearances of the game. It was as an April Fool's joke, and then they ended up keeping it for some reason. But one of the things that I dislike about retro mode is that it makes everything pixelated. I would love to have retro mode, the exact same thing that we've got right here, where it's all very vibrant and kind of cel-shaded, but I would like to have a little bit more anti-aliasing. My point being, that's what these bombs make me think of, because when we're in retro mode, it is getting rid of all the big black outlines around all the characters and around all the blocks and stuff like that, which of course is something that is to Trove's appeal and makes it so that you very easily can see stuff in the environment and everything like that. But if you see these bombs, it kind of makes the game look a lot more cartoonish if we're not actually dealing with the lines. So I just personally think that that could be something really cool. I know that there was mods back in the day that would end up removing... All right, you're on my ignored list now, bud. There was mods back in the day that would end up having the lines on our characters end up getting removed. I don't know if that's still there. And of course, you know, it's nice to kind of have the outlines around characters, because you can see there's green outline over there behind that tree. And that's actually a player that I have on my friends list, whereas all those other blue lines is just random players. But either way, cool auras. I like this one the best, again, because it's unique, I think, is the biggest reason, not because it's like the coolest thing ever. So we're gonna have one more video that's gonna be showing off the war painted Javelina, and then quite possibly have another updated video that's gonna show off not only that one, but all the auras, all the mounts, including all of these bad boys, as a nice excuse that I can kind of have a video update for any of you guys that are just coming into Trove to know these are all of the items that you can end up getting out of Bomber. But that video will probably come out next week or something like that. Either way, thanks for watching, everybody. If you are new to Trove, you can use the sign up link down below, and then you can quite literally sign up for the game, start playing it, and if you ever end up buying anything out of the store, a percentage of that will go to yours truly. So it's a great way that you can support me by just paying through playing the game. And then also, if you want to go the extra mile, there are other support links down below. You can always sponsor the channel and stuff like that. But more so than not, I would appreciate if you would hit that like button, sub, notification bell. You guys know how it all goes. Either way, have yourselves a great day. Sign on. And stay epic, everybody.